My parents are divorced. My brother and I spent equal amounts of time with our parents until last year when we asked Dad to take Mom to court and get more custody time with us. The judge had us talk to a therapist who suggested letting us decide whether we spent overnights with her, but did suggest we see her at least twice a month. It was hard for Mom to accept. I love my mom, but I haven't really liked her for a long time. I despise her husband and I despise his 13-year-old daughter, and I never bonded or really cared about the rest of his kids or my half-sibling. My mom's husband was an ass to us because we wouldn't call him Dad. He insisted that if we wouldn't give him the title then we had to call him Mr. Last Name. Then he'd spend his time talking about how if our dad just let us live there, he'd be doing all the dad stuff, how we were ungrateful, selfish. He accused my brother of hating women and being a future manipulator because he was so cruel to not give my mom the love and respect of choosing a new father for us. His 13-year-old spent years trying to get us to call our mom's husband Dad, telling us our dad was selfish, saying she hoped our dad would die, and calling me a bully for not admitting her dad was my dad. She would also be brought along to exchanges and then she'd curse at my dad and tell him to go die. Like she was young when this started, so I know it came from someone else, but how am I supposed to be friendly or love someone who says that? One time she stole my bracelet and attempted to throw it in the garbage disposal because my dad bought it for me and she told me he wasn't allowed inside her dad's house. Mom knew all about the stuff going on and she never stood up for us. My brother and I have both rejected overnights with Mom ever since the court ruling. We spend every other Saturday with her and we do a Wednesday dinner thing at a noodle shop, but that's all we see her and we prefer it. Sometimes it ends badly because she'll bring along all the kids and the arguing is still present. My mom has begged us to spend the night sometime. She has said she misses us and we have a family there who would love to have us, and overnights are part of that. My brother asked her when she was getting divorced. She replied that she wasn't, and he told her that until that day he will never step foot in her house again. He left. I was then alone with Mom and I told her I'll never do an overnight at her house again. She started arguing and told me I was blowing things out of proportion. I asked her if she wanted her youngest to grow up with the kind of fighting that goes on when we're there. She told me I was being cruel to her by denying her overnights. That she's a good mom and she loves us. I told her she obviously loves her husband more and left. She DM'd me after and asked how I could do that to her. I feel bad.